This video is brought to you by REP Gaming Products. Help protect your deck and support the show by picking up a steel deck box from the link down below.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Brew About Nothing. So last week, during your instant deck techs, we had a few decks kind of competing for the top slot, but in the end, we are heading to Modern to play the super crazy Million of Fauna's End deck. So you probably remember this one. As Foretold, Living Ends, a lot of really random weird creatures with hopefully Fauna Shaman to piece everything together, also Evolutionary Leap. So if you want a full breakdown of Fauna's End, make sure to follow the link in the description box down below to the instant deck tech. It'll talk all about the deck, a full breakdown every single card. For our purposes today, we're going to do our super quick 2-minute deck tech, just as a refresher in case you forgot anything about it. And then we'll jump into our gameplay, come back with a wrap up, and discuss how this crazy deck actually worked out. So anyway, a quick reminder before we break down Fauna's End for Modern. If you enjoy this deck, and you enjoy Much Brew in general, it would be amazing of you if you could take a second, click that subscribe button down at the bottom of your screen. It's a great way to support the channel and the site for free. So let's talk Fauna's End, and it starts off with As Foretold, which is our way of casting Living End, also one copy of Ancestral Visions, but basically we can use As Foretold to cheat on the no mana cost part of Living End, cast it, use it right away, no cascade spells, it reduces the problems with mana cost that you have in the cascade builds of Living End. So apart from just casting Living End, the challenge of our deck is how do we get stuff in the graveyard? And this is where Fauna's End is really weird. We have Fauna Shaman, which is kind of the fixed survival of the fittest, lets us discard creatures to get more creatures, and then next turn discard more. Evolutionary Leap can sack creatures to get them in the graveyard. We also have just a bunch of ramp to accelerate into our stuff, some creatures that sacrifice themselves or other things as an additional way to stock our graveyard for Living End. Fulminator Mages also sacrifice it. We can wipe out the board. We got some big finishers and Hornet Queens, some stuff that likes the self-sacrifice synergy, Blood Artist for draining, Eternal Witness to get stuff back, Liliana flips around into a Liliana the Veil-esque Planeswalker, a bunch of random stuff. Scrib Ranger can untap like our Fauna Shaman to get more activations and do more discarding, some just random value creatures, Scavenging Ooze to hate on our opponent's graveyard since Living End's symmetrical, Nissas and Phantasmal Image, some removal stuff. Squee is a cool combo with our Fauna Shaman because we can keep discarding it and getting it back, so we have a free creature to discard every turn. Mana base wise, tons of dual lands, some basic lands, sideboard, a million more one-ups, mostly creatures, Revokers and Rift Sweepers and Fairy Macabres for graveyards, and Elender Archmages for control decks, some life gain and Finks and Thragtusk, some just random stuff, Thrun for control, Brutalizer and Entomb Rexarch for enter the battlefield abilities, Reclamation Sage for artifacts and enchantments, a few spells as well, Damping Sphere, Lost Legacy for combo, another Evolutionary Leap to grind out value, and that, my friends, is Fauna's End for Modern. And that's our Much Brew deck for this week. So how is this going to work? I guess we'll have to get to the video and find out. I'm a little nervous. The deck looks really janky. It's got roughly 1 trillion one-of, so I don't know how consistent any of these plans will be. So we'll have to see. Maybe it'll be better than it looks on paper. Regardless, hopefully we do some sweet things with all these random cards. We got a ton of just random sweet cards, so if we draw them in the right order, look out. We could do some cool things. So anyway, that's our deck for this week. Fauna's End for Modern. Let's get to the gameplay so you can see how it works. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I will talk to you soon. Alright, Much Brew About Nothing time. We are playing the crazy Fauna's End deck in Modern, and we'll give this a shot. In theory, we have turn 2 As Foretold, and then just start taking up and hope for the best. Oh, so many one-ofs. This should be interesting. This deck is almost all one-ofs. It's like Commander in Modern. We'll see. This hand seems fine-ish. Our cards are all what we want. Oh man, opponent's going to 4? 3? Oh no. Alright, keeps it 3. Well, I guess we have to make our opponent... We do have to kill our opponent. Winning with 3 cards is next to impossible. Bloodstained Mire. I'll play a Swamp, play As Foretold. Pass the turn. So next turn we can Tireless Tracker, double Clue token, and take up our As Foretold. As Foretold, taking up Hornet Queen. Well, that's a minute away. Play Tireless Tracker. Play Misty. Get a clue. And pass the turn. Opponent. They're probably going to scoop at some point here soon. Opponent passes. Well, take up as foretold. Play a forest. Get a clue. Alright, yeah, let's play another as foretold. Get in with Tireless Tracker. Yeah, we'll sack. If our opponent wants to kill Tireless Tracker, then okay. Grab an island. Sack a clue. Pump Tireless Tracker. We're just going to try to close out this game. Our opponent's they mulled to 3. So we just have to try to kill them before they somehow draw out of their mulligan. We can start potentially playing things for free next turn. Ooh. Land number 2. Opponent's doing it. Sort of. Opponent cracks. Swamp. Cracks. Stomping Ground. Alright, looks like they're just junding. Ooh. Is it? Oh, it's Living End? Living End Mirror? Kills Tracker. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, take up our as fortolds. Well, cast Eternal Witness for free. Get back Tireless Tracker. Cast Tireless Tracker. Get a clue. Crack Catacombs. Grab a forest. Get a clue. And pass the turn. Next turn we can potentially Hornet Queen. Yeah, this is definitely Living End. We would like to find a sack outlet. Sack outlet would be helpful because then we can get our creatures in the graveyard for Living End. Bloodstained Mire. Little does our opponent know that we also are Living End deck. Cracks. Blood Crypt. One of the nice things about all these clues with As Foretold is in theory we can just spend our mana cracking clues. More Shriek Maws. Gonna hit our tracker. Yep, sure. So in theory we can spend our mana cracking clues and then still cast stuff thanks to our As Fortolds. So crack a clue. Ooh, Acidic Slime's not bad. We might just spend our mana on that. We get our own Living End. We probably don't want to cast it at the moment. Save that for after our opponent Living Ends. Let's just play Acidic Slime. Blow up Stomping Ground. Play Watery Grave. I guess we should have cracked a clue first. Kind of silly to not draw first if we're going to do that. Alright, unpunished. Just a swamp. Hit our opponent. Well, having this Living End in hand is actually pretty sweet because now if our opponent Living Ends to get all their stuff back, then we just Living End back and get all of our stuff back again. Living End battles. After sideboarding, we would rather not really show our opponent the Living Ends. Maybe they figure it out from what we have going on, but we kind of hope that we don't have to show it, because then they'll bring in, like, Leyline of the Voids, or whatever they have, more Living Ends. Well, crack a clue. Fauna Shaman. Crack a clue. Ooh, Leap is sweet. Play a Swamp. Play Evolutionary. Actually, yeah, cast it for free. Evolutionary Leap. Fauna Shaman. Cast that for free. Go attacking. Now we have their Living Ends pretty much covered. Because now we can sack our stuff. Opponent's down to 3. I mean, we probably just win by beating down. Opponent cycles. Ooh. Hollow One. This is a spicy Living End deck. Blooming Marsh. Opponent needs something pretty big here. They don't know that we have all these Living Ends in hand. I think technically they're just dead, but there's a Living End. Yup. Wait for our opponent to cast it. So now we leap away Acidic Slime. Get a Nissa. Leap away Eternal Witness. Oh, alright. Opponent saw the Living Ends. Well, now opponent knows. I guess that's kind of unavoidable. Well, now we know our opponent's going to be bringing in the sideboard cards. Ooh. Fairy Macabre. Alright. We get a Fulminator. So Living End resolves. This is fine, though, because we have Living Ends. Yep. Opponent's doing their stuff. We'll just Eternal Witness back a land, I think. Since we're probably going to Living End here anyway. Opponent rearranges. Oh man, we can even just Fulminator first and essentially put our opponent to 0 lands. Yeah, I mean, for mauling to 3, our opponent actually gave them themselves a chance, but I think that it's going to go for naught. Fulminator is just too brutal. Yep, kills our stuff. Opponent's temporarily got a board. Opponent passes. As Foretold's ticking up. Alright, so let's Fulminator Mage for mana. Blow up a land. Yeah, let's just Living End with As Foretold. Get back our stuff. Eternal Witness. I guess we get back Living End just in case. Fulminator, blow up the land. As Foretold, Nissa. Nissa, and I mean, our opponent mulliganed a lot, but this is pretty much how we imagined our deck working. Flip Nissa. Make a 4/4. And, let's run out Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. And our opponent scoops it up. Well, there was a lot of mulliganing on our opponent's side, but that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So we have a fairy we can bring in. We have a Lost Legacy we can bring in. Ugh. We don't just have Graveyard Hate, though? That's a little strange. I guess we want the Evolutionary Leap, since we want ways to sacrifice our stuff. Okay. Let's go down Scrib Ranger. Well, it does some combo-y stuff, some untap-y stuff. This is going to be interesting. The main question is going to be, does our opponent... Maybe we go down the Squee that we can't really cast. The challenge is if our opponent brings in Graveyard Hate, then things look kind of grim. So we want ways to deal with our opponent's Graveyard Hate. Glenalendra seems good as a counter spell. Rexage to deal with Ley Lines. Brutalizer Exarch's a little expensive. We want our sack outlets. Let's go down... Oh my god. Oh, we gotta cut 3 more cards. Maybe Phantasmal Image. I guess we can cut Phantasmal Image. Liliana? Let's cut a Liliana. Oh, there's too many options. Just overloaded. Hornet Queen? Do we need Hornet Queen? Alright, let's go down Hornet Queen. Let's try it like that. Good lord. So we don't just have Graveyard Hate. So we gotta hope our opponent does not lead on Leyline. That would be bad. Yeah, we have our Lost Legacy, but we're gonna have to mulligan. Not enough mana. Ugh. Alright, we're gonna keep and scry for a land. There's a land. Jace is good. Jace is very helpful, hopefully. Bonus cycles. And cycles. And, oh boy, cycles. And plays a hollow one. Okay. Well, opponent's off to a fast start. Hopefully we find As Foretold. Living End isn't even that helpful here, honestly. Because our opponent gets back a million things. Opponent hits us. Land. Well, crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab a Watery Grave. Untap. Play a Forest. Play Jace. Pass the turn. Opponent cycles. They're probably just going to Living End. Oh my goodness. And cycles. If they Living End here, I think we're just out of outs. Oh my... Wow! All the Street Rays. Well, this has been quite the cycling start for our opponent. Gets in. Well, we'll take it. Sure. Down to 11. Yep. Violent Outburst. And now we're just dead. Alright. There's not anything we can draw here. Even if we drew As Foretold, we don't have the lands to cast it, and we're dead next turn, so... that went a little worse. Just a little. Well, run it back. We don't just... Oh, man. We have lots of one-ofs. I can't believe we don't have a one-of Graveyard Hate spell. A one-of Graveyard Hate spell would go such a long way for our deck. Alright, we're on the play. Having a hard time finding 2 lands. Man. We even have our one actual Graveyard Hate spell, but if we don't draw lands, we never do anything. I think we gotta ship. Alright, we got all the As Fortolds. I guess we keep. Fulminator to the bottom. Well, Breeding Pool, go. Definitely gonna need lands. Gonna need some lands here. Blooming Marsh. Opponent passes. We'll play Catacombs, pass the turn. So we can get down a As Foretold next turn. So at least we'll have a chance to try to fight the living end battles. Architect. There's a swamp for our opponent. And let's crack. Grab an overgrown tomb. Untap. Play a forest, play As Foretold. So if our opponent living ends us, at least we have a chance to living end them back. What do you got, opponent, with your 8 cards in hand? Blackleaf Cliffs. And passes. Well, As Foretold, taken up. Eternal Witness. We'll play a forest. Play Evolutionary Leap. Pass the turn. We don't really want to leave a creature on the battlefield because it turns on some of our opponent's Cascade spells. Oh, they have it. All right, well, opponent's off and running. There's a living end. Gets back 2 creatures. Not the most devastating living end. Gonna rearrange the top of their deck. Because we can Rex Age to blow up Architect. We're still taking a fairly big hit this turn. And we'll see. Yep. Opponent untaps. Goes attacking. Hits us. Yep. Down to 13. Cycles Hollow one. Tap land. And passes. Alright, As Foretold's taken up. Ugh. Can't cast that. Well, play Rex Age. Blow up Architect. Leap Rex Age. Cast Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Ugh. Next turn we can try to get rid of their living ends. That might give us a shot. Opponent gonna go attacking. Hits us. Oh, this is gonna be close. If they can cycle and living end again, then we need to draw living end. Mountain. Opponent Shriek Maws. That's actually pretty good for us. Kills our birds. Because now we get... Oh, they keep it around. That's a little worse. As Foretold, taken up. Alright. Lost Legacy. Get rid of living end. A million demonic dreads. Dismember Simian Spirit Guide. So I think we're dead anyway. Because we just can't... We gotta draw... I don't even know. These... Fear and Swamp Walkers are a big problem. Play Eternal Witness. Get back Birds of Paradise. Because we just can't block anything. Play Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Yeah, I don't think Kalidas is good enough. Opponent gets in. Hits us. Down to 4. Monstrous Carabid. Opponent passes. Take up As Foretold. And draw Shieldred. And yeah, that just does it. Oh, deck. Yeah, we're dead to the Fear and Swamp Walkers. We can play Kalitas, but then our opponent just dismembers and we die. We can sacrifice our stuff, I guess. I mean, I guess that's our only realistic shot, is just to do this and see. Fauna Shaman doesn't help. Sack Eternal Witness. Glenalendra doesn't help. Scoop it up. We are good when our opponent's mull to 3. Oh, boy. Opponent's living end deck a bit more focused than ours. A few more 4-ofs. Alright. Alright, much Abrew time. Playing some Fauna's Mulligans in Modern. Fauna's End. Alright. I mean, we got Fauna Shaman. I guess we try this. Land to the bottom. We got some of our motley crew of 1-ofs. Opponent. Windswept Teeth. And passes. Well, Verdant Catacombs, go. Opponent cracks. Grabs a Stomping Ground. Tapped. Opponent. Plays a Mountain. And, alright. Looks like a Titan Shift deck. Some sort of Escape Shift deck. So grab a Watery Grave. Tapped. Opponent passes. Not sure. Wow, just sacks right away. Not sure what our plan is against a combo deck like this. I guess we have one Fulminator we could potentially dig up. Play Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. Opponent. Windswept Heath. Cracks it. Cinderglade. And Solemn Simulacrum. Well, that's getting to Titan mana next turn. There's a mountain. Opponent passes. Tireless Tracker. I'll play Forest, play Champion of Wits. Draw and discard. Discard Nissa and Massacre Worm. Pass the turn. So we gotta hope our opponent doesn't Titan us this turn. If they Titan us this turn, there's not a whole lot we can do. If they don't Titan us this turn, we can get a Fulminator next turn with Fauna Shaman. There's a land. Snow-covered forest. Alright. Here comes the Titan. Yep. Alright. And now I'm not sure what our hope is. If there even is one, actually. 2 Valakuts. Opponent gets in. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll block. Opponent gets to draw. And passes. Okay. Now I wish we hadn't blocked. Well, discard Tireless Tracker. Get a Fulminator Mage. Play the land, crack the land. Get an Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Man, if I knew we were going to draw this, we wouldn't have blocked. Play as Foretold. I don't actually think this matters, because our opponent, they get back 2 creatures that get them lands. So I don't actually think this is that helpful. Because they can sack them in response to the Massacre Worm trigger. Or they can sack Sakura Tribe Elder at least. So opponent gets a land. Gets a Valakut trigger. Kills our stuff. Oh my god. Well, that was a decent turn 4. It doesn't really help against Valakut in specific because they kill us quicker. But, I mean, that was pretty sweet. We got back a lot of mana worth of creatures. Opponent's just going to go phase. Yeah, I think we're just going to die anyway. Down to 10. They sack Sakura Tribe Elder. They didn't sack Sakura Tribe Elder. They should have sacked Sakura Tribe Elder. Draws a card. So we hit our opponent for a bit of damage. Nissa searches for a land. We go looting. Ugh, 2 more lands. Discard and discard. Pass the turn. So opponent's got to pay for Summoner's Pact. I expect we're still dead here. Farseek. I mean, we're a land drop away from being dead. Hits us. Yeah, any land. There's the land. All right. Well, we did cool stuff. It just wasn't quite good enough. Let's see if we have anything that's good against this deck. We can bring in Lost Legacy. Brutalizer Exarch can blow up lands, sort of. Damping Sphere, no. Revoker, no. Hexmage, no. Graveyard Hate, no. Glenelendra, I guess? Go down Squee. Go down Ranger. And go down probably Hornet Queen. Let's try it like that. Alright, deck. Give us the right one-ofs. We don't really have anything specifically for this matchup. I mean, we have some stuff that's good in this matchup just because we have so many one-ofs. Some of them are bound to be good. This deck. Alright, we're on the play. I will also say, oh my goodness, well, we're going to keep Scry for a land. I think we've also, how many lands are in this deck? Oh, good God, 20? No wonder we're constantly getting mana screwed. 20 lands in Sheoldred and Hornet Queen? Oh. I was wondering, like, why are we mulliganing so much? We're, like, constantly mulliganing. What's going on? And I think we figured it out. 20 lands that is a lot short of where this deck needs to be. Like, probably 5, this deck probably needs 5 more lands. I guess there's Dryad Arbor, so it's actually 21, counting Dryad Arbor. But still, that is skimping to the max. Stomping grounds for our opponent, untapped. And Relic, okay, can't beat that. Well, there's a land, so Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Grab a Overgrown Tomb. Misty Rainforest, crack it. Opponent's gonna start exiling. Grab a Watery Grave, and play a Jace. Pass the turn. Windswept Heath for our opponent, cracks it. Forest. There's a Relic. Opponent exiles. Oh, that's a lot of relics. Opponent passes. We draw a land. Well, play a swamp. I guess we just champion? Do some looting. Discard Fauna Shaman, Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. These two relics. Super obnoxious. Yep. Opponent. Secure Tribe Elder. And passing. Well, loot with Jays. Discard a land. Untap. Get in with Champion of Wits. Opponent blocks. And sacks. Yep. I'll play Verdant Catacombs. Play Fulminator Mage. Blow up a land. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Flip Jace. Yeah, we'll discard Massacre Worm. Exile Catacombs. Get a Overgrown Tomb. I don't actually know if we want this Jace flipped. I mean, I guess it's a way we can win by taking it up. We don't have that many spells, though. Pass the turn. Opponent finds a land. Farseek. Yup. Gets a land. Opponent passes. Shieldred. Well, play Evolutionary Leap. Opponent's going to start exiling. Alright, Fauna Shaman down. Massacre Worm down. Get in with Champion. Hit our opponent. Play a Swamp. Take up Jace. Pass the turn. So we probably got to cash in this Champion. Hope that we draw into like Acidic Slime or something. Some way to keep attacking our opponent's lands. Farseek. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to keep Scapeshift from hitting lands. That is kind of what they do. Surprised they didn't get a dual land, though. Yeah, Fulminator down. Opponent's passing. Well, I think we gotta sack. This means we lose Champion. We need to hope we get lucky and hit a way to blow up this forest. Chupacabra. Ugh. Okay. Living End that we can't cast. Well, take up Jace. I guess we just pass? We're 2 turns away from ultimating Jace. Just kidding. Hits Jace down to 5. Do they have the Titan? They got the mana for it. Cracks it. Cinderglade. There's the Titan. Gets some lands. There's the Valakuts. Opponent passes. We'll play Chupacabra. Kill Primeval Titan. Play Verdant Catacombs. Take up Jace. Pass the turn. Problem is, everything comes with damage now. Oh, they just have another Titan? Alright. I think that's game. We can't crack our land. Yeah, that's game. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright, much brew time. Playing some Fauna's End in Modern, and this hand looks functional. We'll keep this. Misty, crack it. We have some ramp. We have some of our one-ofs. That's about all we can ask for with this deck. Birds of Paradise, go. Also a win. We take a win at some point. Forest for our opponent. And Arbor Elf. Alright, opponent's getting their ramp on. Alright, I don't like this, but let's just Flesh Bag. Sack Flesh Bag. Opponent's got to sack their elf. It's just so scary if our opponent can do something like Utopia Sprawl, cast a 4-drop. There's Utopia Sprawl. Red. Oh boy. Utopia Sprawl. Oh, and bolts the birds. Oh, play a forest. Play Sakura Tribe Elder. Play Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. Hoping for no bombs. Bloodbraid. into Blood Moon. Blood Moon's not too devastating. Opponent goes attacking. Well, let's block. Saxacur Tribe Elder for a swamp. Yep, take 0. Stomping Grounds. So play Scrib Ranger. Add mana. Bounce our forest. Untap the birds. Play Cletus. Play the forest. Pass the turn. Come on, no Chandras, no Inferno Titans. Land. Arbor Elf. Opponent passing? Okay, passing. We get a Fauna Shaman. Well, play Fauna Shaman. Gotta hope for no whammies this turn. Untap our birds. Bounce the forest. Replay the forest. Play Evolutionary Leap. I guess we get him with Kalitas. And now we'll probably have to sack at least something. Hit our opponent, pass the turn. Land. Opponent passes. So I guess we gotta sack Scrib Ranger. Untap. Dryad Arbor. I'll discard birds. Get a what? So many options. I wish our mana wasn't so clunky. Liliana would be sweet. The Blood Moon's keeping us from really going crazy with it, though. Maybe just Jace is fine? Yeah, let's take Jace. Play Jace. Get in with Cletus. Hit our opponent. Down to 14. I think we hold Arbor Elf for future discarding. And now we still have up a Leap activation. Opponent. More Blood Moons. Sure. Opponent passes. Ooh, Massacre Worm. Well, that's a good discard. So let's start by looting with Jace. Discard Massacre Worm. Take up Jace. Get in with Cletus. Hit our opponent. Yeah, let's just pass. I think now we're going to find a Liliana and flip Liliana. And opponent scoops it up? Whoo! Okay! We're doing it! We're doing it against Panza. Sweet. Well, I think we want more land destruction? Ugh. Maybe like Brutalizer Exarch? Glenalendra? Those are probably the biggest ones. Bring in Glenalendra. Bring in Brutalizer. Go down Squee. Go down... Thrall Surgeon. Go down... Scrib Ranger was actually good that game. Our one-ofs kind of came together that game. Go down... Fulminator, probably? Yeah, let's go down Fulminator. Thragtusk is fine. Thrawn and Tumor Exarch. I think we just run it like this. Could bring in Hexmage to deal with Planeswalkers, potentially. Like a Chandra. I don't know what we cut for it. Maybe just Ooze. Graveyard Hate isn't that relevant. Yeah, let's try it like that. Alright. Dryad Arbor is such a risky land. I think we got a mulligan. Okay, we'll try this. See what's on top. Forest. I guess to the bottom. There's the Arbor Elf. Opponent's got the fast mana. Overgrown Tomb tapped. Pass the turn. Wooded Foothills. Cracks it. Hopefully they sided out their Blood Moons. Utopia Sprawl. On red. Oh dear. Blood Braid. Oh! Okay. Good game. Good game. Well, Panza on the play. Pretty devastating. Opponent hits us. They did not side out their Blood Moons. And I think we're just going through the motions. Yeah. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough, Panza. Fair enough. Well, you're on the draw this game. Maybe we should have fetched out a basic there, but it wouldn't have really made a difference, honestly. Let's bring in... Do we want to... I guess maybe we gotta be able to fight the Blood Moons. Bring in the Rexage for... this deck. Maybe Massacre Worm? We can never cast that through a Blood Moon. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this deck. We get to play first. Okay, no birds, but we have a relatively Blood Moon proof hand. So, Misty Rainforest, go. Opponent. Forest. There's Abrew, of course. We don't really have a way of dealing with that. Get a forest. Opponent passes. Champion of Wits. Well, Vern Catacombs. Crack it. Grab a swamp. Play Thrall Surgeon. Pass the dirt. Opponent's reading Thrall Surgeon. Don't worry, opponent. it's a Thrall Surgeon. You don't need to be concerned. Just have 4 mana Thoughtseize, that's all. Mountain. Untapping. Stone Rains are black mana. Opponent passes. Oh, play a swamp. Get in with Thrall Surgeon. And I guess we go with the 4 mana Thoughtseize plan. Thrall Surgeon. Lots of good threats. All these cards pretty much beat us. Well, I guess we take Tireless Tracker and hope that we could find a way to clog up the board against PN Cairnalar. Windswept Teeth. Cracks it. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Down to 16. Opponent taps. Untaps. PN Cairnalar. Okay. I mean, we do have an out to all this. Our out to all this is to find As Foretold plus Living End. Well, there's As Foretold. Well, let's cast it. Pass the turn. So next turn we can Champion of Wits to dig for Living End. And if we find that, we probably are in pretty good shape. Wolf Run. That does speed up the clock. Opponent goes attacking, hits us. So we really need a Living End here. Down to 13. Another Abrew. Oh, come on, Living End. Take up As Foretold. Living End. One time and we can get a win with this deck. Ancestral. Well, that's a fine backup. Let's Champion of Wits. Go looting. Discard Fleshbag. Discard As Foretold. Ancestral Visions. Still no Living End. Play Watery Grave. Pass the turn. No! Kills it. Do we even get another turn? Opponent finds a Bloodbraid into Tireless Tracker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Windswept Teeth. Gets a clue. Out of cards. Cracks it. Stomping Grounds. Well, we gotta draw Living End off the top of our deck. That is the short and long of it. We're taking a bunch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We gotta draw it. That is the only thing left that matters. Nothing else will get the job done. Opponent hits us. Down to 6. Come on, deck. Come on. You could do it. Living End. Come on. Please. So we get a win. It's a breeding pool. Well, we can see how close we'd be. This doesn't do it, though. Eternal Witness. Get back. We shouldn't even do this, because I'm going to be sad if we draw it. Get back Ancestral. Sweet, sweet value. Free Ancestral. Alright. It wasn't within a lot of cards. And we scoop it up. Might be the return of Mono Blue Mill. This might just be the deck that never wins a game. Well, never wins a match. We've won 2 games so far. One, our opponent mulled to 3. One, they were full powered. But I don't know. We might be living the 05 dream with this one. The deck has some issues. There's a few problems. Just a few. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Playing some Fauna's End in Modern. And, yeah, gotta ship this one. Oh boy. This deck, this hand, this everything. Good lord. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Well, we're mulliganing. I guess we're going to 5? Okay, there we go. We have a somewhat functional hand. I mean, that's very, very generous. Shieldred? I don't think we're gonna be casting that anytime soon. Windswept Teeth for our opponent. Cracks it. Yep. Forest. And there's a Birds of Paradise. Well, Overgrown Tomb, untapped. Living End is interesting. I mean, assuming that we find an As Foretold at some point, could be good. Ooh, opponent's playing like Bant Company. Opponent sending the bird's message. Yep. We will take the 0. Misty Rainforest, crack it. Grab an island. Play Eternal Witness. Get back the land. Pass the turn. So, sack outlets and As Foretold are what we really need. Wins up teeth. Opponent's up to Collected Company mana. Cracks it. Stomping Grounds. Ooh. 4 color something. Shalai. Okay. Play Verdant Catacombs. Pass the turn. Plague Lord is sweet if we find a As Foretold for this living end. Then we can sack our team. Oh, it's a copycat deck. Yep. Okay. Well, with Shalai Protection, this might be the deck that we streamed a little bit ago. Opponent passes. Well, crack Catacombs. We really need that As Foretold. Grab a... I guess it doesn't matter. Breeding Pool. Untap. Play Misty. Crack Misty. Grab a Forest. Somehow we're flooding out. Play Plague Lord. The problem is Shalai is making it so we can't disrupt the combo with Plague Lord. Pass the turn. Opponent crack. So we gotta hope they don't have Saheeli. If they have Saheeli, we're just dead. Also dead to Kiki, which they can actually cast thanks to Birds of Paradise. So probably reasonable chance we're just dead. Alright, opponent's got the 1 Keeks. Oh boy. Oh boy. Phyrexian Revoker in. I guess Vampire Hexmage stops the Saheeli part of the combo. And that might be all we got. Yeah? So bring in those cards. Go down Shieldred. Go down Squee. Try it like that. We had a chance that game. We had to draw our As Foretold, which is, I mean, it's kind of the main focus of our deck. I don't know if we're ever going to win a match with this deck, honestly. We might be living the 05 dream, and it just might be that kind of deck. Which, actually, we've had some pretty competitive decks lately. I guess we're about due to add to our worst Much Abrew decks of all time pile. Mono Blue Mill, Vintage Kobolds, and Fauna's End might be joining them. We still got time though. We could still recover and win a match, or maybe even 2 matches, and then we'd just be normal bad instead of worst of all time. Maybe we'll have to make Woat Magic. We're as the antithesis of Goat Magic. Worst of all time. Oh boy, this deck. I don't even know where to start. There's so many one-ups. Maybe that's the problem. It's just inconsistent with all the one-ups. Alright. We get to play first. I guess we keep. It's super greedy, but we have our As Foretold. We just... this deck shouldn't have too much non-path removal. If they have removal, it's likely Path to Exile. And Path to Exile gets us a land. So if we get Path on our birds, it's somewhat okay. And if we draw 1 land, we can get down Phyrexian Revoker. Actually, we can get down Phyrexian Revoker right away. If we draw 1 land, we can Champion Wits to find more lands. If this ends with a bolt, I'm going to be so sad. Stomping Grounds. That's red mana. Alright, Birds of Paradise, not a bolt. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Fauna Shaman. I'll play Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. No land, unfortunately. Oh, we got the As Foretold too. Well, we can start like tutoring up Birds of Paradise, I guess, if we don't draw lands. Which is kind of something-ish. Opponent cracks. Windswept Eve. Grabs a land. And there's the Saheeli. Well, now we probably have to revoke her no matter what. Scries to the bottom. Oh, we do draw a land too. Well, Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Grab an Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Play Revoker on Saheeli. And pass the turn. Start tutoring with Fauna Shamans. Temporarily safe from the combo. Opponent cracks. Gets an Island. Glenelendra. Well, joke's on our opponent. We have all one of creatures. We'll discard this Thrall Surgeon. Grab a... I guess birds. I think we're going to have to play... You know what? Maybe we birds and Jace. It lets them counter our as Foretold, though. I think that's fine. Let's play... Or we just run out as Foretold. But they still counter our living end. Yeah, let's play birds. Play Jace. Pass the turn. And then next turn we can flip Jace if we want to a champion. Flooded Strand. Opponent gets it. Down to 11. I mean, they definitely can just win on the creature beat plan. That is a thing. There's Felidar Guardian. Well, thankfully this Phyrexian Revoker is temporarily at least keeping us safe. Opponent passes. Fulminator Mage. Well, play Champion of Wits. Go looting. Discard Blood Artist. Discard Fulminator Mage. Loot with Jace. Flip Jace. Discard, I think, as Foretold for now. Take up Jace on Glenalendra. I think our main hope is to top deck a land and play Massacre Worm. Yeah, pass the turn. I mean, if they got Kiki Jiki here, then we're dead. If they have Path for Revoker, we're dead. Or another way to kill Revoker. Wooded Foothills. Oh dear. Forest. Oath of Nissa. No Kiki. No Kiki. Sun Titan. Well, that is big and bad, but doesn't come down until next turn. Oh, we really just want to draw a land. A land would be so helpful. Opponent's passing. Well, Crack Misty. I guess we could also discard. Well, let's see what we draw. Ooh, Misty. Play it. Crack it. That's the dream draw. Grab a forest. No one expects Massacre Worm. No one. Massacre Worm you? Dodging Glenalendra. Kills birds. Partially kills Glenalendra. Opponent loses some life. Take up Jace. Go attacking. I don't think we can attack with... I don't know if we can attack with Phyrexian Revoker. Like a Vendilion Click or something would just beat us. They would have played it, right? Oh, man. You know what? We're attacking with it. If we get blown out, we get blown out. Oh, no. They really do have Vendilion Click? Oh, maybe they're just thinning. Okay. Opponent takes it. Down to 3. Yes. Yes. Come on. Come on. We got it. We got it. We're going to get a win. They can let... No, they can't Kiki. Not even close to Kiki. We're still dead if they kill Phyrexian Revoker. Whoo, opponent scoops it up. Okay. Okay, that's a win. That's a win. All right. Is Lost Legacy worth it? Maybe it is. We can't tutor it up, so we're just hoping to randomly draw it. Still, we got so many weird cards. Let's go down Fleshbag. Like, we can't tutor it, but it can still name Felidar Guardian. All right, try it like that. Try it like that. Come on. Come on, deck. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. I mean, this is a functional hand. Tap land for our opponent. All right, we're both on the no birds plan. Oh, there's Living End. There's Living End. That's our secret weapon. We have the combo. Stomping Grounds. Untapped. Lotus Cobra. All right. Crack. Grab a Overgrown Tomb. Opponent passes. So Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Grab an island. Play Fauna Shaman. So ideally, we'd be able to champion a Wits to discard a couple creatures, and then as Foretold the next turn. It'll depend on what our opponent does here, though. We might have to fire it off just as a bad wrath. This adds so much mana. It's also possible we could just die here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, I think they're 1 mana away from actually killing us. But they still have a lot of scary mana. Alright, Plains adds a mana, so they got 5 mana total. Felidar Guardian. Oh, actually, they might just have the kill. This adds 2 mana because of Lotus Cobra. If they have Saheeli, we're just dead. Alright. It's the nut draw. And the curse continues. It'll never win! Mono Blue Mill! Oh, it's happening, unfortunately. Sadly. Oh, this deck. Well, we did some cool stuff a little bit-ish. Or so. Kinda. Alright, much Abrew about nothing time. Fauna's End in Modern, and give it a shot. Alright, we'll keep. This hand looks fine-ish. Forest for our opponent. And Utopia Sprawl. On white. Interesting. Well, Misty, crack it. Grab a forest, and Birds of Paradise. Pass the turn. What sets Utopia Sprawl on white? Probably like an Enchantress deck. Utopia Sprawl. On blue. What is going on? Oh, play a Swamp. Play Liliana. Pass the turn. So the dream is next turn. If nothing goes wrong, we can Thrall Surge and sack it, flip Liliana, and get the 4 mana Thoughtseize. Nykthos. And Thrag Daddy. Yep. Opponent passes. More Living Ends. Yeah, let's stick with the Thrall Surgeon plan, I think. Play an island. Play Thrall Surgeon. Sack Thrall Surgeon. Flip Liliana, get a zombie. Fertile Ground, Path. Well, I guess we take Path. Take up Liliana. Discard a Living End. So, in theory, we chump here. Hopefully our opponent doesn't draw removal. We would like this Liliana to stay alive. Windswept Heath. Knew about that. Opponent. Gets in it, Lily. Well, we will block. Liliana surviving. Opponent passes. Alright. Good. Tireless Tracker. Well, play Tireless Tracker. Play Verdant Catacombs. Get a clue. Take up Liliana. Discard Flesh Bag. Opponent's out of cards. Pass the turn. Maybe we can just ultimate this Liliana? Opponent does have a ungodly amount of mana. Well, no Fauna Shamans or Living Ends involved yet, but we're kinda doing it-ish. Maybe. Overgrown Tomb. Alright. Opponent gonna go attacking. Well, crack Verdant Catacombs. Grab an Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Get a clue. And then I guess we just block with Tracker. Kill Thragtusk. Sack a clue. Land. Sack a clue. Massacre Worm. Alright. Get back Flesh Bag. So much for the Liliana ultimate. Sack Flesh Bag. Play Breeding Pool. Pass the turn. Our opponent's got so much mana, they gotta have some big whammies that they're drawing into. Just a land. Okay. Opponent passing. Well, get back Tireless Tracker. Play a forest. Get a clue. Sack a clue. Liliana's been great this match. Draw. Oh man, Sheoldred. Alright, pass the turn. We got Sheoldred for next turn, potentially. What did our opponent find? Eternal Witness. Probably gets back Thragtusk, I guess. Oh, gets back Path. Nah, I guess that makes sense as well. That's fine, though. That just clears the door for Sheoldred. Well, maybe they don't Path yet. Huh, they're gonna wait? Interesting. That gives us free clues. Upkeep Path? Alright, Upkeep Path. Well, there goes Tireless Tracker, but that's fine. We will grab a Swamp. And I can't believe we're saying this, but cast Sheoldred, play Dryad Arbor, tick up Liliana, discard a... I think we're off the Living End plan. Pass the turn. Opponent's acts Eternal Witness. Well, Sheoldred in Modern. It's cool when you draw the right cards in the right order out of all of our one-ofs. Arbor Elf? Sure. Well, now we get to start reanimating. I guess we just get back Flesh Bag. We can do this for infinity. Sack Flesh Bag. Go attacking. Hit our opponent. Take up Liliana. Discard 1, 2, 3. Discard the land. Play Massacre Worm. Play Secure Tribe Elder. Pass the turn. And I guess our opponent needs a Wrath. This is the dream. The dream we didn't even living end. Opponent scoops it up. That was great. That was great. That is the best our deck has ever done. Ever, ever, ever. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Brutalizer Exarch seems like a fine way to disrupt our opponent's mana. It's just all ramp. Let's bring in Brutalizer. Otherwise, I don't know if we can do much because we just don't know what our opponent's doing. Go down Squee. Have not been impressed with Squee. Let's just run it like that. Take a light touch towards sideboarding. All right, and okay. We'll try this. Fauna Shaman can loot away or tutor away, whatever. Discard Riot Arbor. Could work. We'll try it. Still not 100% sure what our opponent's trying to do here. Alright, Nykthos Nile Spellbomb. Overgrown Tomb, tapped. Pass the turn. Usually don't want to lead on Nykthos, but Wooded Foothills. Opponent cracks it. Either means our opponent's land light, or maybe they just thought it was fun since they had Nile Spellbomb. Fertile Ground. Opponent's ramping. Opponent passes. Well, let's Forest and Leap. I think this is better than just running out Shaman. This way, if our opponent does have removal for Fauna Shaman, at least we can sacrifice it to get some value. Windswept Heath. Well, apparently our opponent wasn't land light. They just wanted to play the Nykthos first. Cracks it. Temple Garden. Untapped. Ooh, Garrick. So much mana. Untaps. Opponent. Well, I guess Vampire Hexmage should come in. Opponent passes. Misty Rainforest. Crack it. We are impressively flooding out for our deck that has only 21 lands, which I think is way too few, but this game it does not feel like it. Fauna Shaman, go. Opponent untaps. They have a lot of mana with Garrick untapping. Opponent untaps. Yep. Tons of mana. Sigarda. Oh my god, that stops living end. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay. We can copy our opponent's Sigarda? Well, Misty Rainforest, crack it. Grab a forest. Phantasmal Image. Copy Sigarda. Pass the turn. Okay. Man, that is a hoser. Spells abilities your opponent can control can't cause you to sacrifice permanents. Each player exiles all creature cards from the graveyard, then sacrifices all creatures they control. Yup. Well, opponent with the mana for days. Does a bunch of tapping. Birds of Paradise. Eventually we're going to get overrun by Garrick. Untaps. Yep. So much mana. Nykthos. Hornet Queen. Ugh. I don't know if we can get out from under this. I think we're just dead now. Opponent passing. We don't have anything that deals with this board full of creatures. So discard Riot Arbor. We'll take a peek. Acidic Slime would have been good. Massacre Worm, we don't have the mana. And we're dead this turn. Yeah, I think we're just dead. Plague Lord to slow. Yeah, we're just dead. Well, let's take... I mean, I guess we'll take Massacre Worm. Sure. We just don't have the mana for it, though. Untap, Birds of Paradise. Play a tap land. Discard birds. Grab a... Yeah, we're just kind of going through the motions. Let's take a Champion of Wits. Play Champion of Wits. I mean, if our opponent ultimates... If they ultimate the Garruk, then we're definitely dead. So we're just hoping they, like, don't see that line for some reason. And then we can Massacre Worm. Exile's a graveyard. Sure. I mean, they gotta... It would be crazy if they didn't see the overrun. But you never know. Alright, there's the overrun. Opponent sees it. Well, back to sideboarding. Alright, let's bring in Hexmage to deal with Planeswalkers. Bring in Revoker, also deals with Planeswalkers. And I think that's all. Go down... Let's go down the Blood Artist and go down the Shieldred. Let's try it like that. Alright, deck. Alright, if you were ever going to win a game, this is the one. Okay, we're on the play. This is a fine-ish hand. Relatively. Mostly thanks to Fauna Shaman. Fauna Shaman can tutor up some answers to some things. Verdant Catacombs, go. Opponent. Forest. And Birds of Paradise. I'll crack this. Grab a Overgrown Tomb. Tapped. Play a Forest. Play Fauna Shaman. Pass the turn. Opponent. Come on, deck. You can do it. Forest. Fertile Ground. And passes. We draw our Hexmage. Is there anything worth tutoring up right away? 2-mana stuff's like Scrib Ranger's kind of neat. I like all of our cards, though. Let's just Misty. Crack Misty. Watery Grave. Untapped. Play Liliana. Get in with Fauna Shaman. And pass the turn. So we have Garruk covered. We can tutor up a 3-drop next turn if we need to and play it, like Nissa, Tireless Tracker. There's Nykthos. Not adding mana yet. Birds. Opponent. Passing. We draw a Birds. Alright. Fauna Shaman. Discard Birds of Paradise. Grab Fulminator. Forest. Play Fulminator. Oh, this might give us a shot. Play Fulminator Mage. Fauna Shaman coming through. Blow up Nykthos. Flip our Liliana. Uh-oh. Opponent has something? Gifts ungiven. Okay. Are they just going to reanimate something? Oh, that would be brutal. Unburial Rites plus something is pretty bad for us. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully it's just a value gifts. If it is Unburial Rites gift, and there's like Grizzlebrand or Iona or something, ugh, that's sketchy. Our deck's looking sweet here, though. Like, that's pretty sweet. Alright. Elish Norn on Burial Rites. So, blow up Nykthos. Then we have to tick up Liliana to keep it alive. So, discard Vampire Hexmage. Opponent discards a land. Pass the turn. The only bit of good news is we do get to Chupacabra this Elish Norn. So while it's bad, we're still going to come out of it with a surviving Liliana, and we're going to get through this Elish Norn, at least for the time being. Yep, Elish Norn wipes our board. Opponent, Chupacabra in Modern, might be saving the day. Gets in it, Liliana, yep. Down to 3. Opponent passes. We'll play Chupacabra. Kill Elish Norn. Get back birds. Pass the turn. Oh, man. If we could draw... As Foretold, I guess, is interesting. The problem is there's this Elish Norn in the graveyard. Fertile Ground. Opponent... Passing. We draw a Swamp. Well, play Evolutionary Leap. Are we okay with pitching... I guess with Elish Norn in the graveyard, we can't Living End anyway. Play the Swamp. Take up Liliana. Opponent discards a Forest. All right. We are where we are. Is this another Gifts? Oh, no. Oh, no. That's not ideal. Well, hopefully they only have one on Burial Rites. Opponents thinking over their options. Angel of Sanctions, Eternal Witness, Nissa, Primal Command. Well, mill Primal Command. Mill Nissa. Pass the turn. So opponent has Eternal Witness, Angel, and whatever they drew for the turn. Opponent plays Angel. Gets rid of Liliana. And passes. Come on, good draw. Living End. Well, pass the turn. Man, if we just draw an As Foretold. If we just draw an As Foretold. It's so good. Oh no, they drew another Nykthos? That's bad. Eternal Witness. Now this lets our opponent Primal Command lock us. And they still have Elish Norn in the graveyard, which is probably the biggest problem. There's the Primal Command. Yup. Opponent. Doing something. Leap on top of our deck. Tutors up a creature. If they have Crater Hoof, it's all over. Probably all over anyway, but Eternal Witness. Yeah, that also does it. They can just keep getting back the Primal Command. Opponent gets in, hits us. Yep. Down to 13. We draw the Evolutionary Leap. Play Evolutionary Leap. Sack birds. I don't even know what we can hit, if there is even anything. Jace. Play Jace. Jace isn't bad. It does get us a fresh draw. I'm still not sure what we're working towards, though. I guess we need to find Fairy, Macabre, and then Living End. So we kind of need 2 pieces to actually have this work. Because with the Elish Norn in the graveyard, I mean, I guess it's still fine to just Living End. It buys us a minute or 2. But our board's going to get Wrath. So it's basically just a Wrath rather than pulling us ahead. So here comes Primal Command. Or Eternal Witness Primal Command. Oh, they just have a Primal Command? Oh, that's even worse. Puts it on top. Sigarda. And there goes the Living End out. And I think that's just the game now. Oh, they didn't cast it. Okay. Well, if our second card down is As Foretold, wow. Okay. And our opponent gets back Elish Norn. All right, well, that's our chance. With Elish Norn not in the graveyard, we need this loot. So we're drawing Evolutionary Leap. So we loot with Jace. We need this loot to give us As Foretold. That's the entire game. As Foretold? Thrall Surgeon. Okay. Get rid of Leap. I don't think this changes the facts of the matter. Play Throll Surgeon. Because they can just keep Primal Command locking us. Sacrifice. Every single one of these cards. Both Sigarda and Elishnorn are unbeatable. 4-8. 1, 2, 3. So they cast Elishnorn. 4-8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I mean, we gotta take Elishnorn. Elishnorn puts us dead immediately. We're just dead, though. There's no out here. We didn't take up Jace. I guess technically we should have, but there's no way of us actually winning. Once they play Sigarda, Living End is offline. Opponent gets in, kills the Jace. Yup. Well, I guess that kind of worked, that they attacked the Jace instead of us. I don't know. I guess they could just not cast Sigarda, and that's kind of something. Once they cast it, though, we're going to draw and scoop, I think. Tons of mana. They drew Garruk, okay. Untaps. There's Sigarda. Yeah. Now Living End isn't even an out. And we had a turn where it would have worked. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it just to say we did. Cast as Foretold. Cast Living End. And the end result is all of our stuff dies and nothing happens. Oh boy, this deck. Well, we found the next mono blue mill. Fauna's End, very high in the rankings of worst Much Brew decks of all time. We did some cool stuff in individual games, but good lord, what a mess. What a mess. Ugh. All right, well, we'll talk about it in the wrap-up. Ugh. So what do we learn this week about Fauna's End for Modern? And we learned that it's not a very functional deck. I don't even know where to start. So we played a total of 7 matches. You saw 5 of them. I played a league. I went 0-5, but I played a bunch of duplicate matchups. Ponza twice, Titan Shift twice. So I was like, oh, maybe those are just our bad matchups. So I played a couple more in the 2-player queues. Also lost both of them. We came close to winning, and we won some games here and there. But overall, oh man, this deck, it was just kind of a disaster. So I'm not really sure where to start. Part of the problem with saying, oh, this is what you do to fix a deck, is what makes a deck unique, all the one-ofs, kind of like the Commander deck in Modern thing, is also what makes it very inconsistent. Like, we have powerful things, but if we don't have Fauna Shaman, we just never know what powerful thing we're going to have, and if that's the right powerful thing for the situation. Like, Scavenging Ooze and Shieldred are both really powerful cards, but if we're dying to Dredge or Reanimator, Shieldred isn't going to help us as 7 mana when Scavenging Ooze saves the day. On the other hand, if we're stuck behind one big creature and it's to the late game, Scavenging Ooze probably isn't going to get it done, but Shieldred is great, and we just can't consistently find the pieces at the right time. So my impression of the deck is it does really cool things, and I appreciated some of the individual synergies. Like, Scrib Ranger was actually a surprise all-star, untapping our stuff to generate more mana with birds, and one of the downsides of the deck is it only has 21 lands, which is really skimping. It needs to have at least like 3 more lands, maybe even 25 lands. It needs many more lands. But Scrib Ranger untapping our mana creatures was actually pretty relevant, and letting us remake a land drop if we didn't have a land in hand, which happened more than we would have liked. So I like some of the individual things. Liliana, Heretic Healer, was really powerful, being able to flip it around really consistently. So we did cool cool things, but it just didn't all come together all that often. And we'd get stuff in the graveyard, but we wouldn't find our living end, or we'd find our living end, but we wouldn't really have much stuff in the graveyard. So I think this is a fun deck to play casually, I guess, the all one of thing. Of course, at $900, not the most efficient deck to play casually. Probably not too many kitchen table players are going to build it. So I think the idea is fun, but we got just a lot of weird cards, a lot of potentially suboptimal but cool cards like Phyrexian Plague Lords and Squee, which is super cute and super cool when we're doing one specific thing, but when we're doing anything else, we can't even cast it. So I feel like the deck, it's cool, it's unique. If you just like these cards, you can play it. Also, one of the upsides of this deck, despite the fact that you're probably not going to win much with it, is because there's so many one-ofs, it's very customizable. You can literally just take any card in blue, black, or green, or even red, thanks to Squee, but in any of those colors, and just stick it in the deck and have fun with it. So I feel like if you can play this for fun and you already have the cards, it's probably fine, but I would not recommend going out and spending $900 on this deck. I wouldn't recommend spending $100 on a budget version of this deck, and I don't know if there's any real fixing of this deck while still keeping the crazy one-of Commander deck in Modern flavor. So I'm going to say you probably just shouldn't play it, and if you want to play something similar, you could probably build like a cool Sultai Company deck. Maybe there's a way to make a more focused living end deck of this style work, where you like max out on Champion of the Wits and Sidisi's to set things up and kind of just hone in on the 5 or 7 best creatures and play them in multiples rather than playing just one of everything that's kind of sweet. So I feel like that's probably how to make it good, but then is it even fun as Zen anymore? Is it the fact that we got all these one-ofs that makes the deck what it is? So I'm going to say just don't even try to fix this one. If you have the cards and want to mess around with it, there's some cool synergies you'll come across, similar to a Commander deck where every game you play is going to be different because you have so many one-ofs and so few four-ofs. So you get that nice kind of feel to it. But as far as winning games, Fauna's End is not going to get it done. In fact, I think Fauna's End ranks with Mono Blue Mill and also Vintage Kobolds as the worst decks we have ever had in the history of Much Brew, several years of doing Much Brew pretty much every single week. So this is one of, I believe, the 3 worst decks we have ever played. I'm pretty sure there's not any other deck where we literally 0-5'd. Mono Blue Mill, Vintage Kobolds, and now Fauna's End for Modern. So it's in rarefied but horrible company at the very, very bottom of the pile. So at least it was kind of fun along the way, and we could do some cool things, but you're not going to win games with it. You're not going to fix it. It's just what happens when you try to play a Commander deck in Modern. So anyway, that's been our very brutal Much Brew for this week. Fauna's End for Modern. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.